Daniel never expected anyone from his past to show up at his office. But on a stormy afternoon, a woman stood there, shaking, drenched, and begging the receptionist for help. She didn't recognize him. But Daniel recognized her instantly. The same girl who once defended him on a city bus when he had nothing was now the one who had lost everything. And she was about to find out the truth. That the man she was asking for help had already saved her life without her knowing. Daniel Carter grew up on the south side of Willow Creek, a place where people learned to survive early. His father, Mark Carter, was a city bus driver, a quiet man who believed in hard work and gentle words. Every summer, Daniel would join him on the bus route. He'd sit behind the driver's seat, handing out tickets, greeting passengers, collecting loose change. It wasn't exciting, but it made him feel useful. One hot afternoon, everything changed. A group of private school kids got on the bus, kids from wealthy families, polished shoes, expensive backpacks. Daniel shrank in his seat, painfully aware of his worn-out shirt and second-hand sneakers. One boy smirked and pointed at him. "Hey, look. The bus driver's kid. Do you get paid in leftover tickets?" They laughed loudly. Daniel felt his face burn. He lowered his eyes. His father kept driving, pretending he didn't hear. But then, someone did. A girl from the group stood up. Hazel eyes, soft brown hair, red backpack. Lily Anderson. She frowned at the boys. "Why are you making fun of him? At least he's helping his dad. What exactly are you doing?" Silence. The boys froze. She walked over to Daniel and sat beside him. "I like your sneakers. They look comfortable." Daniel blinked. Out of all the things she could have said, she chose kindness. From that day on, Lily waited for bus route 27. She always brought an extra cookie for him, chocolate chip, the ones she baked with her mom. She talked about school, music, little things that made him laugh. One day he asked, "Why are you so nice to me?" She smiled gently. "Because you look like someone who deserves it." Daniel didn't know it then. But that moment would become the foundation of his entire life. When Daniel was 16, everything in his world fell apart. His father suffered a near-fatal heart attack while driving the bus. He survived, but the medical bills crushed them. Daniel quit his after-school activities. He worked evenings at a grocery store. He stopped riding the bus with his dad. And he stopped seeing Lily. She went on with her world. And Daniel stepped into a world of struggle. His father passed away a year later. Suddenly, Daniel was alone, no money, no home they owned, nothing except memories and responsibilities he never asked for. But through every hardship, he remembered Lily's words. "You deserve kindness." Those words became his fuel. He studied relentlessly. He took any job he could find, cleaning offices, delivering newspapers, loading trucks at dawn. He slept 3 hours a night. He didn't rise fast. But he did rise. Daniel earned a scholarship. Then an internship. Then a full-time position at a growing tech company. He kept climbing. At 29, he became a regional operations director. People called him determined, brilliant, self-made. But Daniel always thought, "No. I'm kindness made." Powered by a girl who once protected him. Years went by. He never saw Lily again. Until life decided to bring everything full circle. One rainy evening, Daniel was reviewing emergency funding requests for small businesses the company supported. A file caught his eye. Anderson Family Furniture Co. Status, bankruptcy risk. Owner, Margaret Anderson. Applicant, Lily Anderson. His breath caught. He opened the file. Lily's photo stared back at him, older, tired, but still holding the same warmth he remembered. Her father had died. Her mother was battling a severe illness. Their family shop was drowning in debt. They were months away from losing everything. Daniel closed the file slowly. He didn't think. He didn't hesitate. He approved the entire funding personally, immediate release, 0 interest, no conditions. He wrote one line at the bottom. Approved based on prior humanitarian merit. He smiled to himself. She would never know it was him. 2 months later. A storm poured over the city. Daniel was preparing to leave when he heard raised voices at the front desk. A woman stood there, clothes soaked, hair dripping, hands shaking. Please. I need to speak to Daniel Carter. It's urgent. Daniel stepped forward. His heart stopped. Lily. But she didn't recognize him. She looked older, more fragile, but her eyes, still those same hazel eyes from the bus. He whispered. Lily? She blinked, confused. He smiled gently. Route 27. Red backpack. Chocolate chip cookies. Her lips parted. Her eyes filled with tears. Daniel. Daniel Carter. She covered her mouth and broke down crying. He rushed to her, guiding her inside. Inside his office, Lily told him everything. Her mother's condition. The loans they took. The business drowning. Her father's debts. The sleepless nights. The fear of losing everything. She whispered. Sometimes I feel like kindness doesn't exist anymore. Daniel looked at her for a long moment. Then he said softly. It exists. And it's been waiting for you. She frowned, confused. Daniel took a deep breath and told her the truth. That he approved the funding. That he protected her business. That he made sure she didn't lose her home. And that he did it. Because she once showed kindness to a poor boy on a bus. Her tears spilled. I didn't do anything special, she whispered. Daniel shook his head gently. No, Lily. You did everything special. You treated someone who had nothing, like he was worth something. She cried again, this time not from pain, but relief. Daniel, you saved my life. He gave a small smile. You saved mine first. Over the next months, Daniel helped arrange her mother's treatment. Helped restructure their family business. Helped her rebuild her life. Slowly, Lily's laughter returned. Her hope returned. Her strength returned. One evening, standing outside the hospital, she took his hand and whispered. Maybe the universe brought you back to me. Because it knew we needed each other. Daniel didn't respond right away. He simply held her hand a little tighter. Because he finally understood something. Kindness doesn't disappear. It travels through time, and finds its way back. A small act of kindness can shape someone's entire life. People remember how you made them feel long after they forget everything else. You never know who your kindness is inspiring silently. And one day, the kindness you gave might be the kindness that saves you. Kindness always comes back. Sometimes years later. Sometimes in ways you never expect. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Souls Connecting Tales. For more emotional, inspiring stories that remind us how kindness connects us. One soul at a time.